Welcome to Strong Talks by Strong Fitness Magazine. I am your host, Gail Mitch, and I am so excited for our guest today. We have with us three-time Arnold IFBB Pro Bikini International Champ, Lauralie Chapados. And I'm so excited to get to talk to you today and get to know you and kind of see what makes you tick and your mindset. And I want to hear, starting off, first of all, welcome.
Thank you.
And
Thank you for having
um,
me. Really excited
yes.
for this.
Me too. I want to hear a little bit about your background. Like, how did you originally get into fitness and then, onto like the biggest bikini stage in the entire world?
It's so funny how you put it like that because it really looks like it's just a jump. I mean, there's
Right.
actually year behind it and just which feels so far away, but yet so close, you know. I was
Sure.
so little backstory of Laura Lee. I was 17 years old. Our parents, my mom and my dad, very advocate into putting us into sports. So I was doing like jujitsu, soccer, and skiing because I'm from Canada, Quebec originally. So nothing really like competitive or nothing like that with sport. We just were very consistent with it. And at some point you grow up and then you're 17 years old. And in Canada, like we turn 18 and we're legal age. So
Right.
girls starting to be like a little bit less serious about, the teamwork, like showing up at practices and all the stuff like that. So I was like, I need to find something that I can be self-relying on.
Yes.
So I walk inside the gym. I paid for a year, and since then I never looked back. And I mean, a while ago, it is. I mean, it's almost going to be a close to a decade. I mean, it's going to be 8 year, but 6 months after I showed up in the gym, someone came to me, told me I had good potential to probably compete, and I was like, I don't know what you're talking about, but you look great. She was a figure competitor, and I was so impressed
Okay.
by, I was so young and like so unaware of the outside world. And she comes to me with like a beautiful muscle, beautiful woman. And she's just like, yeah, I think you could be good to do that. I'm like, you're young, you want to be good at something. And
Sure.
I love training and I love the gym. So I'm like, let's try this thing. And next thing I knew, I competed for the first time in June in the original show, and then qualified me for provincial show, and then qualified me for national the same year. I did all three. I won all three, but didn't win my pro card the first year. So I had like a big off season.
Okay.
In Canada, it goes a little bit different. And then a big off season, train like a bodybuilder, super consistent, ate like a bodybuilder. And then that um, year, I went to nationals, drove my little Sunfire 2000 all the way to New Brunswick, 13 hours. Won the show, won my pro card there, and
Nice.
then that's what started my whole professional career as a bikini competitor, and now here we are.
Here we are. How does it feel to win this, such a massive event 3 years in a row? Like, what does that feel like?
I still really don't know because
Yes.
it's been
Still
such an interest,
processing.
girl. And I'm like, how am I ever going to be able to process that? Because I think you can have big goals to achieve in your life. I had
Sure.
the goal to once my first goal was to, okay, I want to be good at the gym. And then I was like, I want to do a show, and then I want to win my pro card. And then another goal was to eventually win a pro show. And then you want to win the Olympia. And then, you evolve like that with
Sure.
your goals. But can you ever say, can I ever say to myself, okay, I'm dreaming of winning 3 titles back to back at the Arnold and be that precise? It's actually a little bit insane. So I was like, when I just started believing, believing that anything could happen. And I think that's what this
Sure.
whole past prep, this 16 weeks of prep leading on to the Arnold was about. It was just, believe that you can actually do anything. And if anything is possible, then 3 titles back to back are possible. And I made it happen. So
Right.
that's the only thing am able to process right now, to be honest with
Yeah.
you.
I know it's crazy. It's just like how, the mindset and the work ethic and everything that goes into that. Like you're so focused, right? Like everything has to be so precise and measured, like going into that prep. And like you cannot for 1 second like falter from that mindset, right? For a champion, like a champion mindset is that precise. So it's so cool to like see that in like another strong woman and just be like cheering you on from, you've millions of fans obviously, but it is truly wonderful to like be able to cheer someone on in that way, because when you know what goes into that, it's so cool.
Yeah, and I really want to put the emphasis because I think you really made a point here with what you just said about the meticulous and how it becomes so little and details, and
Yeah,
what separates us from being a winner to like a second place in those type of show that are so elite. It's the attention to details, right? Because it's that
right.
one, like that 0.5% that makes us better. And
Yes.
that, in the bikini category, being, the posing, the presentation, and obviously the physique. And I think this past prep, it would be fair to say that it was the most athletically challenging prep, the hardest prep
Okay.
we've ever done. And I I want to big shout out, because um, the importance of who you have in your camp,
Yes.
who's in your
Who
camp,
you
but really,
surround
like,
yourself.
who do you have in your camp, right? So I'm blessed enough. I mean, my trainer is also my partner, but he's an amazing trainer. And when we toggled into going into the Arnold from the Olympia, we have a feedback, right? But who he is as a trainer is elite, right? So
Sure.
he knows the science, he understands bodybuilding, and I mean, he's able to come with all that knowledge and that experience that he has with so many clients to assess, okay, what is the need, but understanding the vision.
Right.
And same thing goes to my amazing, nutritionist and coach. And it's a team effort. And
Right.
that's what creates the athletes. And of course, you said the environment. The environment is everything too,
Yes. Of
right?
course. Of course. Yes. Hey, you, are you ready to embark on a transformation journey to a healthier, happier you? Join a community of like minded women by subscribing to Strong Fitness Magazine today. Yeah, so kind of thinking about, the mindset, like what are some things like during this prep, and maybe you've gotten better at it over time, but to be a champion at that level, it is like the small things, it's the mindset. So what are some things mindset wise? Yes, you can do the workouts, yes, you can do the nutrition, but like what are the mindset things that you personally work on a daily basis?
It so it's interesting because I feel like it's just in that place where when I put my switch on, like you said, you can do the training, you can do the nutrition, but that window that you have between either you're gonna do it or not do it, because you can, right? But
Yeah.
putting it that thought into action and into doing, that's what separates the great from someone that doesn't achieve something, right? And
Right.
that's with everybody. It's
Right.
that choice that you have to make into, okay, I'm capable, I'm believing, I have a dream, I have a goal, I have a vision. I believe that I can do this, I can do the nutrition, I can do the training, but now what do you actually put in? And into doing, once
Yeah.
you're into that action, how much effort are you actually putting into, right? What is your output? um are you giving your 100% best, like unconditionally,
Right.
leaving no stones unturned? And I think for me, I there's a feeling that I want to feel before stepping on stage, and is to feel like a winner before even stepping on stage. And
But
that
that's here. That's like
yep,
it has to be here and here, right? Both.
correct, fully aligned, like full alignment. And with the years, bodybuilding has built such a great, woman inside of me. And like, it's in my character to be like disciplined and all this stuff, but I wanted to be disciplined in other aspects of my life. And I've grown, as a woman. I started at 17, I'm 27 now. And that ability to control and to be a good girlfriend, a good daughter, and like show up into my life in the way that I want to. And
Yeah.
that real, like that 1 second before they're about to call your name and you know you're about to step on stage and present that package, it's 10 years of work, but it's 10
Yeah.
years of like, I just want to know that in 16 weeks I've done my 110%. And it start with just doing what you can do today. It's just
Yes.
an accumulation of facts that, yes, I've done what I've done, what I needed to do. I've done that. And not only have I done it, but I've done it at 100% of my capability and my abilities. And
Right.
I'm not like, it's non-negotiable for me.
Sure.
So
And I think that's so cool because you can really apply that kind of mindset to any goal you have in life, right? Like maybe people, some of our listeners, some of our magazine readers, they're not necessarily trying to step on the Arnold Bikini stage or the Olympia stage, but how can, somebody use that mindset if they just want to make small changes in their life, right? It's like having that, what can I do today? What can I give 100% of myself today with my best ability? Whether that, like you said, being a good partner, being a good daughter, being a good, friend, being all those things, those matter, right? Like at the end of the
yes,
day, it's like our relationships with our loved ones and the effort we can put into that matters more than almost anything. But also, I think people don't realize when you have the work ethic in the gym, when you have the work ethic with your nutrition, those things make you better also and more confident in those other relationships and places in life that really matter, right? And I think that gets lost a lot of times where it's like, yeah, oh, let's just give me a new workout, just give me a meal plan. It's like, no, that's not what it's really about, right? Like it's way deeper than that.
absolutely. I love everything that, I love that we connect on that sense because it's so true. And I think there's a lot of thing lost. There's obviously a craft, which is
Yeah,
bodybuilding, and like we said, there's nutrition, but there's so many things lost in what actually makes the journey. The journey itself
right,
is what serves me. What serves me, and sometimes like it's the little things that are the big things. It's does it serve me to watch a certain show
right,
that turns my mood into a different way? Does it serve me to give time to that person or this
right,
person? If at the end of the day you're not able to like really stick and commit to what you set yourself to, and if the commitment that you set yourself to is to, I'm gonna say the silliest thing, like to not drink coffee before 90 minutes, or like to start walking and
right,
just you get a walk in the morning and not look at your phone. If that is what you commit yourself to, do everything that serves you and
for
like
that.
give yourself a chance, like give yourself a real chance to be able to like see, and like the commitment is just gonna come easier
Right.
that way.
Yeah, it's practice, right? Each time you make a commitment to yourself and you fulfill that commitment, it makes your self-esteem go up. It makes your confidence. You show up for yourself and you're like, yes, even though it was a tiny thing, maybe nobody else understands it. It's like when I began, daily meditation, it was one of those, it was the same type of thing. It's like a little tiny thing. It's a couple minutes of my morning, but it's like I do everything I can now. It's like I have to go to bed at a certain time. I have to make sure that I like have my pillow ready so I know at first thing I meditate, I sit down, I do that. And that showing up for myself has made my confidence grow. But it's like, oh, if I can do that here, where else in your life can you do that, right? Like all the things. So it's like champion on the stage, but also that those things still translate into what really matters in life.
Absolutely. And that's what, like, it just makes you grow and you just become such a powerful person.
Yeah.
Um, and it's so empowering. I think, I mean, meditation, I give yourself all that. Like, it's definitely something that I really want to like tap into, but just for me to be more present into this prep and really like enjoy every second of it, like, despite being, again, like athletically the hardest prep, I'm an
Right.
athlete. I want challenges. I'm okay with that. But if I if I hadn't worked and being like surrounded with the right people and knowing, okay, does that serve me? Like actually, you
Right.
know, that all of these things, and making
Mhm.
sure that everything that I do um
Is aligned.
gives
It
me
has to be aligned.
yeah, and just like gives me force into like doing. And like you said, once you start meditating, then this like everything comes to you and it just clicks, and you just see yourself like being in line. And that's why people in the beginning would say a lot like, how are you so confident when you walk at the gym? You're confident. It's like, because I know what serves me and what doesn't. And the more you start knowing yourself and your true self, but from within,
Yeah.
oh my God, like you become just so so powerful, and
Yeah. And I think
I
that's so
think
important. Those are like those lessons that, our listeners and readers can really take because that is truly the whole point, right? In
it really
life.
is. It really
Yeah.
is. I mean, the whole point is purpose. Don't get me wrong. I love my wins, but I win every single day for, I mean, a couple years now. I've had my ups and downs. I had roller coaster. Don't get me wrong. It hasn't been perfect at
Sure.
all.
No,
But
no way. Yeah.
now I can stand, and that's the reason why universe is, I mean, obviously I do the work. I don't let things in the universe, but there's a timing, whatever you believe in, God or whatever, there's a right timing in life. And the fact that I'm 3 times Arnold champ, which is, it has never been done before, there's a reason why I have this responsibility now at this
Yeah.
right moment in my life. And that's why it happened right now. I've competed many Arnolds, I've competed many Olympias, but why I'm given this opportunity and this
Sure.
responsibility, I don't take that for granted. And I'm sharing it with, my partner and my coach that are so amazing, and my family. So I'm
Awesome.
truly blessed all around. And obviously an amazing community, a growing community within the sport of amazing women. And, even you alone, like sharing you're like you, and being able to like know how powerful, like, and relate to what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Because girl, it's not about the trophies, it's not about the win,
No.
it's about those like everyday little intricacies and moments, and those decisions that you make, to put anything in action, really.
Yeah, that's awesome. So a little bit of shift in it and just kind of a little, I know this is a little bit more surface level, but just curiosity and stuff. I'd love to hear about
Yeah.
like what are your favorite workouts? Like what day do you look forward to the most? Like whether it's like a specific workout or a muscle group, like what is your favorite workout?
So my favorite workouts would we did such a big shift into my workouts because of, I'm always taking feedbacks, and the feedback
Yeah.
from the Olympia was to bring down my legs. So thankfully, again, shout out to my partner trainer, Aldo, that didn't took the back door and just the easy way of just telling me, well, just don't train your legs. So we started implementing a very specific, like, elite workout, which is more like a hit circuit, when we kind of adjusted with the ways of like, okay, now I think, looking at me and how I started coming down, he was like, I think we should take the presses away, and just really like constantly working. So we did those like really hardcore circuit. I was like running outside in Miami, like, it completely different. So I was, like, as much I was dreading those workouts so bad, but I got excited because it was brand new. It was extremely challenging. I mean, I had to be ready for
Yeah.
these workouts. Like I needed to have my 10 hours of sleep before that workout. I know I needed my recovery on top of the game. And then it was fun because I was with my partner, just like kicking
Sure.
my butt. So that workout was fun. And I love a good back day just because it's so challenging for me.
Oh,
And I need to like, yeah, every time I say that, people are like,
yeah.
wait, you love back? I'm like,
I, lo-
yeah, it's
I
cool because
love
you
back
can't.
too.
You
I know, because you
do?
can't see it. You can't see what you're training. It's so
Yeah.
interesting.
And then you just need like one video and you're like, oh my God, this is actually really cool. I love a good
Yeah.
back day. It's so strong. Yeah. So these are my
Yeah.
two. Hmm.
That's awesome. I love that. So yeah, it's like almost the day that you like dread, you also kind of like love-hate relationship with it, with
Love hate
those like
relationship. Yes.
yeah, I think that's so fun. It makes it like especially as an athlete and like a champion mindset, like that's kind of those things that's like that takes you to that edge, right? That pushes you past You're like, oh, we're not just going to not do legs and let your muscles come down. We're going to train them different. We're going to work them totally differently, right? And it makes it fun for you then a little bit.
It makes it fun, and it's just it makes sense with the vision, right? Like you need to understand the
Yes.
sport, and you need to have a camp that understand the sport and have the vision. Okay, if you know a cup out answer, which I've heard so many trainers, she's just gonna stop training her
Don't,
legs. Okay, so now what? I'm gonna go on stage and I'm gonna look like little sausages legs, because atrophied muscle, it's not a toned muscle.
right, right, right. And you
So
don't want to lose, you don't want to like lose this like strength in your legs. You're just doing it differently.
exactly. So I'm glad it was rewarded, and I glad, like, obviously it worked out, for us. But
Yeah.
these workout are like different, really different, and you need
Okay.
to tap into like something different. Like I've been tapping into my hypertrophy bodybuilding 3 times, 3 sets of
Yes.
15 for so long, that I'm like, let me tap into this thing that I actually need to have a good song playing in my ears, because I'm like
You're
killing it over
ready.
here. Like I'm like I'm dying over here,
Yes.
but it's good.
Yes. And I love that back is one of your favorites too, because I work with women as well, and it's so strange to me that people just like women just skip it. They don't even think about training their back, and it's like no, like to have tall posture, to have like that nice, frame V shape and things like that. And as we age, it's even more important because it's like, our bodies, people naturally like end up like that. And it's like no, if you have a strong back, that makes you like have such tall posture, and it makes you look more confident, and it also keeps your spine healthy, your core healthy, all these things. And I'm glad that you like that. You said that because I think it's so important to train your back, and people often skip that, especially women. So that's a good role model.
Yeah, no, we love a good back day, and that we have the aesthetic part for the hourglass, but we have the functionality part, which you
Right,
assess just that right now, the spine, the health of this, like health spine, and obviously we're all aging, so you have to
right.
realize that we know, especially with the phone now, we have this head down and everything. So no, definitely love me a good back day.
Same. That's awesome. All right. And so I know that you have a relationship with Celsius. That's one of the partnership that you have. Tell me a little bit about how you got involved with them, and like when you like what products of theirs that you use and when you like to use them.
So I have my little right here. So I honestly, I'm such a clockwork. I call it my little Celsius moment, and that's how basically it happened. I'm super thankful with all of my sponsorship, but Celsius has been so great into supporting obviously the sport and supporting me as an athlete,
Yeah.
because there's so many influencers out there, and shout out to like them. It's not an easy job to do, but to have a brand that understands, like, you need to be an athlete first and foremost, and that's what separates. Like, I'm not going to be able to do like 5 TikToks for you guys, like, and they understand, they support
Right.
the journey, and again the vision. So I have my little Celsius moment, for almost over 3 years now, and that's how they reached out. And it's funny because come full circle, they're in Florida in Boca Raton,
Oh,
super
cool.
easy, yeah. And um I just think it's good to have people that aligns with you genuinely and naturally. And I'm so picky with who I associate myself with. Again, my sponsors are an extension of me, and I'm an extension of my sponsor, and I take that to heart, just wholeheartedly. And the team itself, they're just so fun, and they were at the Arnold this year, and I wish
Nice.
you'd come. I mean, I wish you'd come next year. I know they're gonna have like they always have the most like banging booths, and we're having so much
Right.
fun. and and yeah, no, they're great.
That's awesome. That's great. I think it's wonderful when you see people that have partnerships and sponsorships, but it's like you actually legit use the product before, right? Like you have a relationship, you like the product, you use it. You're not just like somebody paying you to like promote something that you're like, nah, this is, all sure, because that's not in line with, your morals and who you are and your values, but finding a partnership that is like has all those things in it. It's something that you genuinely like.
And honestly, I cannot preach that enough. I always said my sponsor, it needs to make my job easy, because the clothes that I wear, I'm not going to come here, do content, and then change the clothes because I
Right.
have a
It's
partnership with
like
somebody. No,
it
it's a
needs to
real
be
deal. You're
things you would wear.
exactly.
Yeah.
You're going to see me. at the store wearing Bombshell. I'm not gonna wear, you know, something else because it just aligns with. I love my Celsius. You're gonna see me drink my Celsius. It just comes so naturally, and I want to be able to just do my job, my deliverables that are required for
Yeah.
me, just by being like, "Hi, Celsius moment." Period. And I have them 30 times a month, so it's easy for me to
Yeah.
post one of them, you know, during that month. But
Sure.
I cannot stress that enough because you get really lost. You know, it's so important to know who
Sure.
you are as yourself that you can't cut yourself short. I swear to God, if you do one, you know, I
Yeah.
had an amazing brand deal, girl, and amazing brand deal, and the brand, you know, they ended up not being able to be distributing within the US. So I start losing touch with my community because even though I was able to use a product, but then, you know, the other people
Nobody
that
else
weren't
could get it.
and then I'm just like, listen, I think, you know, until you guys are not based in the US and I don't have that, I'm gonna like, I really want to be able to have, you know, they want to support me and I want to have that discussion with them and that feedback with them. I think that's just so important. And I mean, I have, you know, I'm making those Hulk pancake every morning. I have people tagging me in their Hulk pancake. Like we're having
It's
moments
awesome.
over here.
That's
it's
right.
just, and I think it's just, that's the way I can elevate the community and just help others, you know? So I want to stay true to myself. Um, I like, I mean, it's done as much as I can. That's also a non-negotiable. It's always going to stay true to
Right.
myself, no
For
matter the
sure.
amount of money that's thrown at me, you know?
Yeah, that's awesome. I love hearing that. Have you been killing it in the gym and would love to appear in the pages of Strong Fitness Magazine? Contact us through our website, strongfitnessmag.com. We'd love to hear from you. So, you know, you have all of these championships and, you know, you've made your, you know, some of your dreams come true, but as being, you're only 27, so you still have the rest of your life ahead. What are some of your future goals and like bucket list things that are like, these are things that I want to accomplish, you know, at some point in your life?
Oh my God, so many things. And I think, you know, I've never put like a timeline on my life about what the dreams and what I wanted to
Yeah.
accomplish. So that's a good question because sometimes you're like you start for some reason you're like, okay, I'm that age, like I need to like have kids by now and have this by now. Like no, I let my life be my life and being able to experience really what I want. So there's obviously the competitor side of me that does have very specific goal. I have 3 Arnolds right now, but I've yet to have an Olympia title. So that is definitely on the bucket list. Definitely something I've worked for so many years now. I've made the top 5 for the last 7 years, back to back, but have yet to get that title. So that's definitely
Nice.
what is next for me. And then there's a lot of like Lauralie stuff. You know, I want to be able to travel and to be, you know, tapping into that responsibility of the role model and just, you know, get that into action because I'm here. I'm in Florida. I'm doing my thing in my gym, which I love. You know, I'm with my partner, with my dog. I'm living the life. You know, but I really want to put into action what it is to be a 3-time Miss Bikini Arnold, and that for me is to get out there to help the girl, like really helping and be of help and of use to these girls. That you can reach out to me, you can talk to me, you can
Yeah.
ask me all the questions that you're maybe scared to ask, and I want to open my arms. And that's the same thing that my coach is doing. That's the same thing that my trainer is doing, my partner. And
Yeah.
again, I'm so aligned and I have a team and I have a camp behind me that is just like, let's go
Yeah.
help women. Let's do these things. And same thing with you. Like I think we talk today and we can relate on like you help women on your daily
Yes.
basis and that is your purpose. That what fulfills you at the end of the day. And
Right.
again, I love my title, I love my trophy, but it wouldn't mean the same if I didn't have the community of women that I have. Women and gentlemen, don't get me wrong. I
Sure.
have amazing supporting husband within that mix, and amazing also men that just sees the work and sees the mindset again, because at the end of
Right.
the day, it's just a mindset and people that can relate to that. So I just want to be able to be there, just present, and just be accessible and reachable to these ladies that are just sometimes they feel alone. You know, it's a very lonely
Yes.
sport. Like
Yeah.
there's a beauty in being independent and being able to rely on yourself. Don't get me wrong, the gym is a beautiful place to be, and those fights that you have by yourself, they're necessary in order to grow. But I
Sure.
just want them to be able to be like, she's got me, and because she's got me, I can do this, and these girls can be like all the other way around the world, but I want to know that they're able to look at a role model that is actually through and through, that breeds everything alignment, and that is again surrounded by amazing people and truly is,
You want to
and
give
being
others that opportunity to have that, to have, feel like they have that
and for
team
them, for
of people behind.
themselves, but for
Yeah.
themselves, and it's like, okay, she's doing it that way, which is obviously the right way. um I want to have that for myself.
Yeah.
Like, how can I achieve that now? Let's try to see like where the mindset come from. Like, how can I, like, what book can I read, and
Sure.
I want them to come at me and ask me like, what book can I read, because I need help on this, and reach out, or like asking me about posing, asking me about posing and my journey with the posing area, like how, again, just, the funny story about my posing, because so many people were asking about my posing. It's just one day Aldo had a 16 years old girl that was doing ballroom dancing, and he was like, you should try it out. And me being me, I'm like, bodybuilder, I'm like, I've never had anyone touching my posing ever. But we're in like physique, like, let's elevate it and just be more feminine. And she spent hours with me just like teaching me hand movement, and then Aldo would come and like he would like send me those ballroom dancing movements. So it made everything journey so fun. And I want to give those girls like just the, keep your mind open, keep your heart open, stay aligned with your values, stay strong with your principles, and then just have
Yes.
fun with the whole process. Have fun with it. Be present.
Great.
Enjoy the journey. Get what serves you, and be around good people.
I love that. That's so awesome. What a wonderful thing. Um, so I always end my podcasts with strong talks with two questions. The first one is, what would you tell your younger self?
Oh my God. Every time I get this question, which, don't get me wrong, I love, I would just tell her not to worry.
Yeah.
And, I'm not going to go into detail. Just, we worry a lot sometimes about, oh, but what if I had done this? And what if I had chose
Right.
this? Everything is gonna come at the right time. Just stay
Right.
true to yourself. Say no. Like, no is a strong answer. It's a
It's
strong
a full
answer.
sentence.
It's a full sentence. Just say it when it needs to. And don't worry. Don't worry. Everything is gonna, truth always prevails. So
It
that's what
does.
I would
That's
tell
so
her.
true. Awesome. And then my final question for you today is, what does being a strong woman mean to you?
Being a strong woman is to know who you truly are, and be so in tune and being able to retrospect and tune out the the noise around you, because you know yourself so much that nothing can phase you, and you know what is right, and you do what is right, and you own up to your mistakes, and you empower other women. You cheer on them, you love them, you come from a place of love, and you just give out love, just a lot of love. Strong women are just full of love, and they're giving love without wanting anything back in return, just because that's how they move. And I think, yeah, strong women are just loving women through and through.
I love that. That's a great answer. That's so awesome. Well, Lauralie, I just want to thank you so much. It's been an honor to get to speak with you today and hear a little bit about your mindset, your training, your background, everything. And it is just so cool to see somebody that is a champion, that is paying it forward to others and living from, like you said, a place of love. And it's truly so cool to see that, because you always wonder, like, what really gets somebody going, like what's behind the mask, what's behind what you see on social media. And it's very refreshing and wonderful to know that a champion like you lives from her heart and is here to serve others, and really knows like that mindset is what it's all about. So thank you so much, Lauralie, for joining me today. I'm so excited for our listeners and our readers to get to know you and become your fans.
Oh my God. Thank you so much for giving me such a great opportunity. We had such a great talk. I could keep this thing going for so long.
Yes,
You
I
probably
know.
see it, how much I can talk,
Yes.
but thank you so much for having me. Please keep doing your amazing work and yeah, just keep on loving.
Yes, that's awesome. All right. Well, we'll see you next time on Strong Talks. I will talk to you all later.